Venezuela and England are on the verge of having civil wars. Ukraine just got their F-16s. The stock market in Japan just fucking plummeted. Israel and Iran are on the verge of nuking each other this week, and we barely have a president. And we're all just fucking going to work like everything's chipper. Like there's not similar shit or worse shit coming down the pipeline for us. It doesn't matter who wins this election. It's not going to be good. It's in the air. You can feel it. It's tangible. With the stock market in Japan tumbling, they lost ungodly amounts of money. And during all this, where is Joe? All I've fucking seen is Kamala's face, them toting her around like she's the president. It's not even a guarantee that she's gonna be the nominee, even though it doesn't fucking matter because anybody they pick is gonna be handpicked with no vote. Nobody's gonna get a say in it. It's gonna be a, this is what you get, and if you don't like it, too fucking bad. It's a scary, scary time. And I feel like there's a very large chunk of people that are just trying to pretend like shit's not getting worse. And in fact, it is. Who knows? I guess we'll see in the next couple months.
Put on your fucking seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo! Man. Call halal, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well, and peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. Shalom, shalom. And the Wadi Yabashim Al-Shai for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, let the Lamentations begin. And pretty much what I've been noticing lately is a collective of videos from average Babylonians, Jake, Esau, male, female, and they are all collectively making the same lament or the same gripe. And I will say this, now we are seeing Edomites more than just Jake, okay? So we're seeing the lamenting, the lamentations of Esau go throughout, all right? And this is ultimately the beginning of sorrows and the judgment, all right? And the fire of prophecy is getting so close that they are feeling it. Now, real quick, I just got to get Matthews 24, since I said the beginning. And I also want to show you it in a translation. Look at this. Matthews 24:8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. All right. Now, when you go into another translation, look at this. All these events are the beginning of labor pains. So Babylon, or shall we say Babylonians, are starting to feel the contractions. They're starting to feel the labor pains of prophecy. Okay. And this is noticing a trend. All right. It's a trend going on. And at the end, he said, pretty much put your seatbelts on. All right. Buckle up. So even this, what appears to be an Idumean, okay, which we'll say that for edificational purposes, this Idumean, this Edomite is griping or lamenting on the current situation that the world is facing as his world is crashing down. But I do want to make this statement too. Of course, we've heard for years Jake sighing and crying, but now who's joining the pity party? Okay, now who's joining? It just reminds me of when the situation happened with a 19, which I have to use my words very carefully. They clipped the video that we made years ago that we spoke in code, and they still clipped it. So, but when that situation happened, all right, there was issues going on with that. But real quick, let me get in this. I actually have a point to make, so I don't want to deviate, but I want to make this quick point. While Esau is crying about what's happening to Babylon, it immediately made me think about the book of Lamentations and what Jeremiah was expressing when the judgment happened to our land. Okay, now I also get the definition of lamenting for you. All right, which let me get that real quick. So when you go into the word Lamentations, it means the passionate expression of grief or sorrow, weeping. Okay, so right now they're what? They're weeping. Okay, they're sighing, but soon this lamenting is going to increase. This is why it's the beginning. Look. A book of the Bible telling of the desolation of Judah after the fall of Jerusalem in 586 BC. Now, why am I using Lamentations, but that pertains to us? Because you have to remember everything that was done to us, okay, is slowly creeping upon Esau, Edom, and these other nations. All right, there was a few topics that I wanted to touch on, but this one stood out the most. So this is Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, thy power, will put all these curses upon thy enemies." So when you even look back through history, just even using the example of us ruling in the Dark Ages, all right, the Byzantine Empire, or what they call the medieval times. Well, what ultimately took us out of rulership? Pestilence. What did Yahushai say would be a sign of his return and the fall of the heathen man? Pestilence. So we see things that took us out. Now we're starting to see these same effects play out on those that are ruling now. Okay, and it says, "I will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee." So ultimately, the curses will befall our enemies in our kingdom, but we're watching the effects of the curses creep upon them right now. All right, and you're seeing situations financially, economically, demographically, okay, agriculture. All right, now I just want to see what this word curse means real quick, and then we're going to jump into Lamentations and then also Isaiah. So when you go into the word curse, okay, see, from the Most High, okay, execration, a swearing. So this is a counsel that's going to stand. All right, so all these curses are going to befall them because this is the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Yep, to swear, to curse, to put under a curse. Okay, look, usually in a bad sense. So it's a bad moon rising. Okay, and the same way that Jeremiah lamented, you're going to start seeing these people lament more and more and more. All right, this is Lamentations 1:1. "How does the city sit solitarity that was full of people?" Right, like Babylon. Babylon is full of nations and tongues, right? It says, matter of fact, let's break this down like this. Since I'm using a spiritual example comparing our destruction in our land to the destruction here in this land. See, look, the doom of Babylon. So this is just the beginning stage. This is why this is why they're sighing and crying. This is why they collectively are naming all these things going on. And they're coming to the realization that even the next presidency, it won't fix it. Okay. Those that are in power now will not fix it. They're seeing what's going on. It's hard for them to ignore reality when the mirth has left the building of Babylon, okay? Because before, you were able to turn a blind eye to what was going on in the world because you had your mirth, you had your bread, you had your circus. But now we're starting to see what's going on around the world slowly creep and pop up in the streets of Babylon itself, all right? So this is a beautiful thing. All right. And we're watching the process. It's already happened. It's already begun. What does Shang Tsung say? It has begun. It's begun. We're in these times now. That's why you'll see little flames and it flickers, then it stays and it goes. That's what we've been saying. Okay. The stock market, they can patch it. They could kind of fix it, but then it's not going to ultimately heal Babylon. And we're going to get that. So we're in the stages now of them attempting to heal Babylon, but ultimately they can't. Okay. So let the lamentations begin. All right. Now, real quick, Revelation 17, I want to show you something. Let's see. Victory to the Lamb. Just give me it right here. It says Revelation 17:15, because it speaks about the waters, her upon waters. Right here. Let's see. Let me see if I could just get the point for you. I got the breakdown right there, but I wanted let me see. Mystery. I wanted exactly her on the water. Okay, it says Revelation 17:9, and here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth, and the 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. Yep, this is going into the in particular empires that Esau, Edom once ruled in. All right, and the one to come, or the one that's going to be for a short space, is talking about Britain. All right, but real quick, I just want to go down. Where is it? right here. This is Revelation 17 and 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Right. So I wanted this aspect pertaining to a spiritual compare and contrast to how our land was filled with people, just like here in Babylon is filled with a multitude of people. So let's keep going. Verse 1, how does the city sit solitary that was full of people, like Babylon is full of people? How has she become a widow like Babylon? See, it says she that was great among the nations and princess among the provinces. How has she become tributary? So now for us, we went into slavery, but I'm just using this as an example. So we see how Jeremiah is equating our land as a woman and a beautiful woman, and she was great amongst the nations. Well, Babylon has been looked at as a beautiful woman that has been great among the nations. You see that? So this is the curses creeping upon Babylon, just like how when the curses got on us. It says, she weepeth sore in the night, and her tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she has none to comfort her. Right. And that's why it says in Jeremiah, let me get that real quick. Jeremiah 51 and 3, against him that bendeth the bow, verse 2. It says, and I will send unto Babylon fanners, judgment, things that are going to keep the fire of prophecy going, that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. See that? So just like the lovers that we as a nation chose dealt treacherously with us, well, the lovers that have been loving Babylon for oh so long will ultimately be against her in the day of trouble. So Esau has no one that he can rely on. He's going to have to take this one to the chin. And see, among all her lovers, she has none to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They are become her enemies. And doesn't it tell you that in Obadiah as well? Real quick. This is Obadiah 1 and where is it? That made a confederate with thee. Obadiah 1 and 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. So we see prophetically in the future that all those that once were in company with Babylon will ultimately be against Babylon. So it'll be Babylon and Amalek to face the rest of the world, because even the beast NATO, okay, NATO, and what you know as the EU, all right, which was also spoken about Revelation 17, they are going to turn on Babylon. So Babylon is getting ready to get jumped. Okay, this place is getting ready to feel pressure of prophecy. And we're starting to see the lamentations right now. Okay, we're starting to see the lamentations of these Babylonians. And it's a beautiful thing. Now let's go to Jeremiah 51 again. And I want to go down into this aspect of it right here. This is Jeremiah 51 and 7. It says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. And this is why for so long we've only heard the sighing and crying from the aspect of Jake. Okay, so now we're starting to see a trending topic of Edomites crying about what's happening to them, what situation, because now they're feeling it. You see, now when other nations start feeling what Jake's been crying about, that's when they're starting to get involved. This is why you haven't heard for years Esau really complain too much, because he was in a good estate. Okay, but you add what's going on right now and the mirth of the land being gone. Oh man, it's a perfect combination. Okay, this is Isaiah 24, and this is Isaiah 24. Let's see, where do we want to start? Let's just start at 5. It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. And there was never no cry. There was never no pushback from these people when the sighing and crying was going out. What's happening to the land? What's happening to people and animals and the literal earth that we're on? Okay, because it was okay then. It was okay while they were still getting drunk off their ass off the wine of Babylon and the McDonald's and 401ks and business as usual. But now they're starting to feel the heat. It says, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore has the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. And this is going to be the results of the third war. It says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. See, it's funny because you would like to see these people 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. How were these people 5 years ago? Was this a conversation that they were having 5 years ago?
Just got their F-16s. The stock market in Japan just fucking plummeted. Israel and Iran are on the verge of nuking each other this week, and we barely have a president. And we're all just fucking going to work like everything's chipper. Like there's not similar shit or worse shit coming down the pipeline for us. It doesn't matter who.
Were they talking like this 10 years ago? Were they even talking like this 5 years ago? Okay. So we're starting to see a trending emotion, and that emotion is lamentation. That emotion is them lamenting. Okay. This is a new thing, man. All right. Now it says, verse 8, the mirth of tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. You see that? Verse 11, there is a crying for wine in the streets, meaning a crying for understanding, a crying for an answer, a crying for fix it. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. This is why we are now seeing a different emotion coming from the enemy, coming from those around us that were not feeling the pressure of the curses or having to deal with that on a day-to-day basis. So now they're upset because it's like, not only do I have to work, but we're feeling something we've never felt before. See, it's a new day. And this is why you can't heal this place. Okay. Jeremiah 51:7, going back, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Yeah, it has been. Okay. Mr. has been. All right. Mr. once was. That's a lesson I want to do. Mr. once was. He once was the king of Miami, It says, the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Right. This is why other nations had to actually cancel Western culture, because it needed to fix their society, because the wine of Babylon can take out a whole generation. Okay. The wine of Babylon is dangerous. And this is why a few years ago, Moab canceled Western culture. And I see why. Okay. Because I speak as a man, but the government of Moab had to clearly see the declining nature of their society and citizens. And they realized that Babylon was that problem. So they had to smack the wine bottle out of their own citizens' hands to save their economy, to save their country, to save their people. They're crazy right now. You're crazy following the lifestyle of Babylon. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. So this sudden is coming, but we're in the buildup. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. This is rhetorical. You can't heal her. Okay. This is why we're seeing a trending emotion from these people right now. Okay. Because this brother posts a lot of good videos pertaining to that. And I'll even just show some thumbnails instead of clicking on them. See, greater evils, Babylon is fallen. Where's that one? Look, when the look crying. Look at this. See? Look at this. This is a trending emotion, man. Okay. This is only going to increase because the curses. All right. Look, the struggle continues. All Edomites. Look at this. You see? The struggle continues. And it's only going to increase from here. All right. You have to understand that. But now they are feeling the effects. Where were they at 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 5 years ago? But Jake has always been crying and sighing, broke, this, that, can't afford, homeless, broke, this, that. And what Esau do? He sat there and continued to rejoice. He sat there and continued to vote and tell you to vote. So that's where why don't you vote? Maybe if you vote, it can fix it. The same rhetoric that Esau would tell Jake is what now Esau needs to take his own advice. All right. This is beautiful to see. Jeremiah 51:8. This is not going to be a long lesson. Jeremiah 51:9, we would have healed Babylon. What does this word healed mean? Okay, so she needs to be healed, and she can't be healed. She's prophesied not to be made beautiful, not to be made healthful, not to be healed. Okay, you see that? Look, of a national hurts. She's hurt nationally. See that? She's hurt nationally. To mend a stitching. Nah, this hoe is hurt, man. That hoe is hurt and ain't no fixing her. But all those that have been in the brothel with her, all those that have been sucking off the teats of her, are now starting to see that the milk is running dry. So what? We know. Now we're watching prophecy play out. Now we're watching the scriptures jump off the page, and you got to deal with it. Now these curses are upon you. You got to deal with it. This is the beginning of your end. Real quick, 2nd Ezra 16. You see what's going on in UK? That's going to spill over here. Oh man, this is beautiful. The flame of prophecy is lit. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. We're at your end, man. For Esau is the end of the world. So we only got so much more bills to pay. You know, we only got so much more hell to go through. And guess what? Collectively, they're going to be going through it too. So now we're in a time where even though we are still under curses in this nation, you have people around you that are going to feel the curses in this nation as well. And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Did you see that? So we're at this end right now. Okay. The Edom's Eon. Okay. Edom's Eon is at its end. Eon meaning age. Edom's Eon is at its end. And there's nothing he can do but express himself of how he feels while going through it. But it told us to be, matter of fact, Jeremiah, but we it fell on deaf ears with us. He wanted to be the deaf adder then. Remember that? Oh, no. Everything's fine. Jeremiah 15 and 5, for who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem, or who shall bemoan thee, or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? Right. Now you got to feel that. Now you got to feel that pressure and that pain. Now you got to go through that individually. Who gonna have pity upon you? Oh, Isaiah 13, he shall be as a chase roe. Hey, man, this is a beautiful time to be alive. Isaiah 13 and what is that, 12? Let me see, Isaiah 13 and right here, 14. Okay, let's actually look this up in a translation. Isaiah 13 and 14, NKJV, it shall be as a hunted gazelle. Esau's going to be a hunted gazelle in Jacob's trouble. And as a sheep that no man take up, and they don't want you. I'm not here to help you. I'm a lost sheep too. Nah, stay lost. You got to deal with it. Remember how we had to deal with it? Everything that we went through and have gone through and seeing their response to our affliction and our current situation, now he's got to deal with that too. What's it say? He that shew no mercy shall receive no mercy. So now you want people to stop everything because you're crying, because you're dealing with rental issues, because you got mental problems, because you're living in a impoverished situation. Wait a minute. Aren't they saying the old saying, what's good for the goose is good for the gander? Now you going through it. Now you feeling the heat. And now you want somebody to treat you differently, unlike how you treated us when we were going through it. This is why it says the curses shall be upon them. Let the lamenting begin. It has begun. And it's only going to increase from here. The vibration is going to shift. People are going to start acting different. Okay? People are going to start acting different. And the Israelite man's stock is going up daily. Okay? As they go down, we go up. The Israelite male's stock is going up. Okay? It says, it shall be as a hunted gazelle. Get him. Get him. And as a sheep that no man taketh up, every man will turn to his own people, and everyone will flee to his own land. Yeah, he's going to have to deal with this by himself. Okay? Was I in Isaiah? No, we finished that. Jeremiah 51. Let me see what we got up in here. Jeremiah 51 and 9. We would have healed Babylon. What? And a healer for what? So Esau can get back on top. Let me get that Malachi. So Esau can just get back on top and nigga at the bottom. Let niggas nig, but let them nig at the bottom. That's what people don't understand. You talk about build back better. What you're building back is your rulership. And what was our position in this rulership? And then when you even look at when Esau portrays to put us as an equal, he sluts us out. He holds us out and he puts our women out there on Front Street. Megan is twerking and shit. That's the highest level of rulership that you're going to get while he's in power. This is Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished. See, look. We're impoverished. What's happening? He said everybody's supposed to be walking around like shit is chipper. I got to get that sound bite again, man. I'm supposed to walk around like shit is chipper.
Got their F-16s. The stock market in Japan just fucking plummeted. Israel and Iran are on the verge of nuking each other this week, and we barely have a president. And we're all just fucking going to work like every...
Oh.
We barely have a president. And we're all just fucking going to work like everything's chipper. Like it's chipper. Like there's not similar shit or... Like everything's chipper. Like there's not similar shit or worse shit coming down the pipeline for us. It doesn't matter who wins the...
He said for us. He ain't meaning just Americans. He's meaning Edomites. For us. See, Jake don't understand. See, Jake under curses. He doesn't understand on a high ruling class scale the importance of unity, of nationality. Okay, Jake is an individual in Babylon, but these other nations carry themselves on a national level because the curses are fully not set upon them. This is why Isaiah 19 is going to be so beautiful and important too. Real quick, Isaiah 19 is Isaiah 19 and 1. Look at this. And 2, excuse me. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. This Egyptians is talking about the Edomites here in the spiritual Egypt that we are in bondage here today. Okay. This prophecy is specifically speaking about Esau versus Esau. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Now, what curse comes to mind? Evil eye towards thy brother. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Ultimately, third woe activity. Okay, but they're starting to get sober from that wine because now they've been drinking it so long, and it's like, wait a minute, I'm not winning though. Like I'm waking up with a hangover. It ain't helping. See, sobriety is starting to set in. Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished. Let's go to a translation. Is he supposed to be chipper? You see that? Impoverished. Okay. Look, crushed. Okay. It says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build. See, build back better the desolate places so that what? Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness and the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever. It reminds me like when you ever see those knockout videos where the guy gets hit and he gets hit hard, but he gets back up, hands are at his side, he gets hit again. Then he falls back down, he's getting back up, and it's kind of like, bro, just stay down. But that's what Esau's getting ready to experience, the knockout effect continually. But now he wants to bring awareness to this. This is why he used civil rights during the situation with the 19. He used your curses for him to get into the door. You can look it up. Why were they using civil rights laws during the whole 19 situation? Something big is coming. Okay, something major is coming. But now we got the weeping willow. We got the weeping white man. You know, help us. Help us. We're feeling it too. Hey, welcome to the club. This is why the curses are gonna be are creeping upon them right now. So I'm gonna leave it there. You know, I just wanted to touch on that quick topic. But you know, continue to keep watching. Notice the shift in these nations are going to change the conversation with people, and also in Jacob's trouble. Remember, there is going to be a very high vibration of nationalism. Okay, national, like prison. Whites will whites, black will blacks, brown will, you know. So Jake is going to be caught out here. You got both sides of the bird bringing Jake on stage right now, so Jake can be used when the political aspect of rulership goes wrong. Jake's going to be the fall guy. They're going to be Esau's going to pull the blame game. Okay, so the curses are creeping on Esau. The lamentations have begun. The mirth has left the building. We're at the beginning of sorrows. We are in exciting times. So with the hell that you catch, no, it's not forever. Okay. Keep staying sober in your mind. Got a couple more bills to pay. Got a couple more bullshit got to deal with. Got a couple more plastic smiles I got to give. Got to clock in a little bit longer. That's just it. See, we're at our end, and we're at our beginning. They're at their end. So we're waiting for our beginning to begin. while watching their end begin. So I'm gonna leave it there. Adoranta's this lesson was edifying. I just want to say, call halal, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, Shalom.